Okay, how's everybody doing? Here to talk about the cuboid and cuboid syndrome. This was sparked by a few emails that I got recently about this specifically. We've had some athletes that think that they have this. It is not the most common running injury, but we do see it often enough, so I thought I'd do a little educational piece on it. So the cuboid is this bone right here. So it's on the outside of the foot. So what is this going to look like? Lateral foot pain. So cuboid right here. So you're going to have pain either on the top where this cube shaped bone is, or underneath. So it's important to understand some of the differentials with this type of pain. So when it happens, it's really quite limiting, and people often can't even walk on it. So the number one differential we have to watch out for is it a stress fracture. So it's hard to tell without having somebody sort of that's experienced examine it, but it's really, we go by pain. And if you're getting a lot of pain with just gentle touch right on top of the cuboid, you might be in that stress reaction, stress fracture territory, so we have to be mindful of that. The other differentials for lateral foot pain, you could have, if you had a history of ankle sprains, maybe it is a ligament. Oftentimes in a history, we'll hear, I may have just quickly rolled my ankle a little bit, and after my run or shortly thereafter, I got this sharp, excruciating pain in the lateral foot. The red here is your fibularis longus muscle. So you can watch the tendons trace down right under here. They come in, and your fibularis longus comes and even attaches close to the big toe, first metatarsal. Okay. So this is important. So this even a tendon irritation could be a possible differential here. So first off, what you can try is just getting in and feeling around a little bit. Okay, if it's not shooting you through the roof, then you're probably okay to play around a little bit further. Want to, at this time, illustrate sort of the muscle attachments under the foot. So the green is your tibialis anterior, comes down, attachment to the navicular, but then also has a direct fascial attachment with your fibularis longus muscle. So they act together like a sling to pull the arch up. All right. The blue here is the tibialis posterior tendon, has an attachment to the navicular, and then comes in and has multiple attachments to the second, third, fourth, and fifth metatarsal heads, as well as the cuboid directly. So in terms of balance through these strap muscles, so they're called, you're going to probably see, in the case of a cuboid, somebody landing too much on the outside of their foot like this. So what is that going to mean? That the lateral muscle group in your tibialis anterior aren't necessarily strong enough, and the tibialis posterior that pulls the foot in this way is going to be a little bit overworked. Releasing the tibialis posterior, you don't have to be super specific. I said it's in the middle. So using a ball, I like to use a block like this, sink down, create some pressure, and then add some movement. So a little bit of inversion, eversion, and a little bit of dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Intensity with all this stuff, keep it to maximum 4 out of 10. We're not trying to put you through the roof with any of this. And usually I cap any type of self-release in a specific area for a maximum of 2 minutes. Okay, and you can move the ball around a little bit. All right, so you want to start there. I like to use a little bouncy ball. Okay, you can get at a dollar store, and you can try going right underneath the cuboid and putting a little bit of direct pressure. So what happens, we talked about tendency to land too much on the outside of the foot, that the cuboid drops down. And we also talked about the tibialis posterior being probably a little bit too tight, and further pulling everything in this direction. Okay, so using the ball, sink down, create a little bit of pressure. Again, intensity is probably even less here. Keep it to like a 3. If you get on this and it's like a 7 or 8, I want you to stop. Okay, because you might be in that stress fracture or stress reaction territory. Okay, and you can just slowly move it around. Okay, you can just move the foot, inversion, eversion again, and just hold here. Again, maximum of about 2 minutes. All right. Then I like to use a bigger ball for more of a global effect on the foot. Same idea, just rolling. This time we're trying to mobilize everything through the foot, all the other cuneiforms as well. The other one that you can try really simply is just mobilizing the calcaneus, and you don't have to be super specific, but you just sort of grab the heel like so and move it around. Again, 2 minutes. Okay, so we released tibialis posterior, we mobilized a little bit directly through the cuboid and through the bottom of the foot. As far as activation, let's work on activating that lateral group of muscles. So that is the fibularis group. So hopefully you can still see me here. And it's just going to look something like this. Band around, and you are everting the foot, pulling the foot out to the outside, and you can see that wakes up the fibularis muscle group. Again, pain. If there's pain during this, keep it to a minimum, probably like a 3 or 4 maximum. Ideally, you want to have no pain with this. Cool. And then the last thing you can try, if you've got some kinesio tape, really simply hook underneath. I don't know if everybody can see that. Okay. And you're going to do just like a 50% pull on the tape and pull up like so. Okay. Hope this helps. And I got more for you, so stay tuned.